think are some of your most significant revelations? Are there some stories that even shocked you?
Well, I think one of the big stories that we were able to document in some detail was the whole scope of CIA activities, similar to what the CIA did in Chile, and which was documented by the Senate Select Committee, was the whole covert action program in Jamaica in between 1976 and 1980. And we did a great deal of research into that, and we discovered in many ways a very similar program, almost a classic model that was followed along the lines of what they did in Chile, including three major categories: military, paramilitary activity, the use of propaganda in the media, and the third one, which was economic warfare, using the multilateral organizations, the International Monetary Fund and others, to withhold loans which had been promised to the Jamaican government. This is one example.
What are a couple more of the details of that? You particularly mentioned those first two examples of actual paramilitary activity the CIA was involved in Jamaica.
There was a fire, for example, that took place in Jamaica of an old people's home. I think 150 old and infirmed women, many of them blind, were living in this home, and as it turned out, the place burned down in the space of about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. It was discovered that the phone wires had been cut and that the exits had all been blocked. Even those who could see their way out could not get out. And that the means by which the fire was set was the use of a petroleum jelly, which was unavailable in Jamaica. This was one indication, among others, that there was outside help. Why would the CIA, you might ask, why would the CIA want to murder 150 old women? It was because it was an effort, part of a very large-scale effort, to discredit the government in Jamaica, which was at the time headed by Michael Manley, the Prime Minister. There were images produced of Michael Manley in the media, in the Daily Gleaner, which was the newspaper which the United States, through the CIA, helped to support. And there is a good deal of evidence of that. There were images of Michael Manley showing a death mask. I mean, it was his face which had been somehow made to look like a death mask, although it was pretending to be a photograph of him. And there were many ways to try and discredit him. This is very, very similar, in fact, to what the CIA did to try and discredit Salvador Allende in Chile. If you remember, Richard Nixon instructed the CIA in a meeting which was in 1970 in the White House, and there was a document in the Senate report which is reprinted, and he said, "Make the economy scream." Reprinted, and he said, "Make the economy scream." Those were his words, and that's of course what the CIA proceeded to do in Chile, and that's what they also did in Jamaica.
They also furnished a lot of munitions and assistance to the terrorist squads that were going around killing people in the cities and also in the countryside in Jamaica as well.
That's correct.
Well, John, you had a trip down to Jamaica, and you saw a lot of these things about Jamaica with your own eyes, right?
Yes, indeed. A very moving, a very interesting trip to me to see a target country at a time in the height of a CIA operation when I was completely outside.
All right, people, that was a clip that I found. As a matter of fact, you can go look it up yourself. You can go find it yourself on YouTube, right? Now, it's about what the CIA was doing in Jamaica during the Manley era. And the guy is a CIA official, John Stockwell, and he was being interviewed. And they was talking about a gentleman that was a very highly respected journalist that found the information about the CIA operations in Jamaica at the time of the Manley government. So what I told you in my first video was not a lie. My uncle and his friend already told us that the government of America was bringing in submarines with death squads in there to kill people. Okay? So, and the same thing is going on right now in Jamaica, people. Please, there's a lot of bullshit, excuse my language, all over the internet telling people not to come back to Jamaica, and all kinds of ideas of of Jamaican people killing Jamaican people, and it's nothing to do with that. You don't seem to understand it's nothing to do with that. These people are very, very clever. You know what? They are very clever, and they are wicked, because remember what I told you. They do not have one of the most important glands in the body. And you hear what the man said about they killing the 150-year-old in the whole folks' home, what they did? Burn it down? They don't have no sympathy, and they didn't use no drugs to do it, and they didn't use no cocaine like people telling you. Okay, these people were created for wickedness. All right? So what they're doing in Jamaica is they want to take the land. They want to bring in their people. Pretty soon you know what you're gonna find happening in Jamaica? Jamaican people are going to be in camps, right? And you're gonna see a pale-faced troglodyte ruling Jamaica as president over there. That's what's gonna happen, and you're gonna bring it on your own self, because you're too involved with the Greek Roman system of vanity, and the Most High is not happy with you. Okay, the Most High is not happy with you. You need to get back to the Most High. Jamaica has the world record for the most churches in the world, and about some of the most wicked things is going on in Jamaica. Why? You have a CIA office in Jamaica. Why is a CIA office doing in Jamaica? Why? You people need to ask yourself the question. And then everybody running around telling people, don't come back to Jamaica, don't come back to Jamaica. That's what they want, people. Stop posting these crap. Post crap to tell people to come home. Listen, let me tell you something, folks. I'm willing to bet buttons to donut, right? That if everybody in Jamaica make a special effort to demand answers from the government, from the military, from America, you're going to see what happens. Okay? You see, understand what I'm saying? How is it that a woman, check this out. How is it that a woman can be building a house and she just disappear and nobody can find her and she just turn up dead? Give me a break, people. That's a CIA operation. No Jamaican can't do that and nobody no see them. Only the CIA and the American system can do that. You understand, people? So don't sit there telling people not to come home to Jamaica. Don't put the country down. Don't help them. That's exactly what you're doing. But you don't seem to realize what's going on. These people are specialists. You hear what the CIA, you hear what the journalists say? The operations, how they was trying to destabilize the manly government in Jamaica. I hope some of you people can really, really, really believe these things, because these people are not lying. Go research it for yourself. Okay? Manley decided not to take a loan from the Ciago had loans set for him. Okay? Manley decided not to take it because the stipulation is going to be very dire for the Jamaican people. He know for one thing that you can't build no hospital or school for 30 years. He knows that all the farming products and everything that's produced in Jamaica by the farmers, that to help feed the people, going to have to be dumped. And we have to import stuff from the European farmers in Europe. Okay, if you look in Jamaica right now, just look in Jamaica right now. Jamaica have the highest debt in the world of any nation, the highest debt that's imposed on them by the World Bank and the IMF, coming from the Manley era. Okay, so people telling you not to come home to Jamaica, don't listen to it. You're not going home, but the Chinese are going in.